Surprise,
Tactician, you didn't expect another Mythic Journey video so shortly after the previous one, did you, huh? Truth be told, I mostly went for Angrax because I was only something like 4 onslaughts away from his legendary star at this point and I could use the gold from it, so here it is. Mission 1. Defeat 8 enemies with Angrax in one turn. The least incontinent way to do this mission would be in an LRE stage with at least 8 enemies per wave and only one entry point. Just park Angrax next to it and watch him slap. You can still pull it off in stages with multiple entry points by getting lucky or by physically blocking off the other ones. But most of the time such a stage isn't available, so you'll have to rely on Angrax's active scoring enough battle fatigue somewhere in Fall of Cadia.
The first Angrax's Mythic Journey mission is for him to defeat 8 enemies in a single turn. Now, I'm gonna try and do this using combat fatigue and his active against, well, these Voxcasters in Fall of Cadia 67, because currently I don't really have a good LRE or Onslaught stage available. Good Onslaught stage meaning it only having one entry point, so that you can park Angrax right next to it and have him slap everything. So the way I'm gonna have to do this is to let the Voxcasters here fill the map and then use his active to ideally hit 2 very far from each other enemies, overkill them and have that scare as many adjacent Cadians as possible. Now, so far I'm getting lucky with the lack of battle fatigues on Angrax's bitch slaps from his passive, and yeah, I think I just got all the enemies I needed, so let her rip. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that was 7 only, but I may be wrong. Anyway, I'm gonna clear the stage because without Angrax's active this isn't happening here, and I will see soon enough. Boom! Sure, Karn. Sure. You're such a good boy. There, so was it 7 or 8? And it was indeed 8. Nice. Moving on.
Mission 2. Deal 9000 damage to enemies on fire hexes with Angrax in one turn. This mission is the easiest to do in a raid with a full support team for Angrax, but that's an avoidable waste of a ticket, so you will want to do it in an arena or maybe a guild war battle against a Maxedish legendary or higher lineup instead.
The second Angrax's Mythic Journey mission is for him to deal 9000 damage in one turn to enemies on fire hexes. Now that's best done in a raid or in an arena, and by now you probably know my opinion on doing missions like this in a raid with characters that suck at raiding, so arena it is. Now the plan here is to super buff Angrax with Eldrion and Ragnar and hope that he crits, or against something that's standing in Forge Fiend's Fire and that has over 9000 HP, which in this lineup is everything except Ragnar. Source, trust me bro. So step 1, keep everyone out of range. Step 2, something. Step 3, well, that sucked. I was hoping that Karn would end up where the spore is, but I think I can work with this. Boom, boom, boom. There, that's the most dangerous enemies taken care of. And you know what, I'm gonna try and kill Ragnar without a wooing. Good. Which will probably bite me in the ass now. Never mind. Okay, so I need to free up Eldrion, and of course Elde is stuck by the one grot that's out of range, but luckily Karian doesn't care. So it's time to buff Angrax. Boom, boom, boom. Karn is just barely over the 9000 HP, and he's armored, so Angrax will need to crit, and he did, good, and he died, good, time to win. And that should be the mission done, and it indeed is. I love it when a plan comes together. Moving on.
Mission 3. Overkill 100 enemies with Angrax. A very similar mission to Rosvita's yesterday, with a minor but key difference being that this one is fully fucking automatable in a stage like Fall of Cadia 67.
The third Angrax's Mythic Journey mission is for him to overkill 100 enemies. Not necessarily in one battle, but that's how to do it the most economically. And I think I should be able to do that in Fall of Cadia 67 using the AI's behavior against it. Now, the Voxcasters put their summons on the edges of the map, and that means that Angrax on the map's edge will eventually start getting Cadians spawned adjacent to him. And then if I can make those Cadians move away by giving them a target on for them good hex, which means letting them attack the target from high ground, they should go for it. So right now my Ariman is on a low ground hex against this hex, so any Cadians spawning here or here should move to it, attack Ariman, or well, at least plan to, and get clapped by Angrax. Eventually this will be automated, but until then I may need to adjust manually. See, it happened. So there, yep, it do be happening. Okay, maybe I could put Angrax one hex to the north. That might work slightly better. There, so let's readjust. Okay. Okay, I did expect that Cadian to go for Ariman. Right, because now they are on high ground against Angrax and aren't on low ground really. Okay, so this may indeed be the best positioning for it. You know what? This might work. They should be trying to spawn as close to the Voxcasters as possible. So now they should be spawning just south of Angrax all the time, really. Yep. Yep, now I got it. Okay, so technically now some 20 turns like this and the mission will be completed. And since this seems to be the solution, this is where I'm gonna make the cut to the end, so you don't have to sit here all that long. So see you in a bit. Okay, this may have been 20 turns, so I'm gonna finish the stage now. And I think the best way to do that is just to drop the screamers, as many as possible, although it will be a little complicated by the fact that this map is kinda cramped. And improvisation for the win. There for good measure. Oh, sad, no more kills for Angrax. Well, hopefully that's gonna be the 100. If not, I can come back for the missing few, no problem. Just maybe a small hurt to my ego, of course. Okay, the screamers will get it. So, was that enough? It was. Awesome sauce. Moving on.
Mission 4. Score 16 hits with Angrax in one turn. At the first glance, this is the most annoying mission of the whole journey. I actually originally completed it in the Abraxas survival event using a melee hits power-up and his active. Then I slept on it, and after some thinking realized that there should be a reliable and always available way to do this mission in any Fall of Cadia stage with 6 or more Voxcasters.
The fourth Mythic Journey mission for Angrax is for him to score 16 hits in one turn. And while I did this in the Thousand Suns survival event going on mid-April, I am not happy with that solution, so I found a better one. Here in Cadia 5. Now, this is going to take a while because the Voxcasters need to fill the map, and it takes advantage of the unit's behavior. The Voxcasters will always summon their summons at the edge of the map, and that's fine. Then the next factor is that the spawned Cadians will want to move away from this spoiled ground, like this. And once the map is full, or at least the edges are full, and the Voxcasters can only summon their summons on this hex, that was just 5, I think, Angrax will always slap them. This hex is not on the map's edge, so it will never be occupied. And if it gets occupied, you can free it up by using a Rodbone or whoever. See, without the despoiled ground, the Cadian doesn't want to run away. So the trick now is to kill the Cadian with Angrax and keep doing that until the despoiled ground happens. And now that the despoiled ground is there, Angrax should be scoring 3 hits. 3rd kill, 4th kill, that despawned somewhere else, great, so still not done yet. And since there are 6 Voxcasters, meaning 6 summons, 6 times 3 is 18, which is more than 16, and as such should complete the mission, I think at least. Okay, I'm gonna let the map fill, which I think just happened because I can't see any open hexes at the south. So now you just need to keep killing enemies until Angrax puts the despoiled ground there. See, no more summons, they have nowhere else to spawn. So just keep killing. No despoiled ground yet. Still no, that 30% chance, so good. There, despoiled ground, so now Angrax should score 6 kills, and that would complete the mission had I not already completed it before. 2, 3, 4, 5, mission done. Now I just need to kill everything, but I can't be arsed, since I can't even show that this completes the mission, so I'm gonna cut the video here and move on.
And because I already had the footage, there's how easy the power-up in survival made it.
The 4th Mythic Journey mission for Angrax is for him to score 16 hits in 1 turn, and I'm gonna cheese that in the survival because in this one, that's the Abraxas's Dust and Destiny, I think, survival in April 2026. There is a melee hits power up available very early, I believe after the 2nd wave is cleared. Yep, it's right there shown, and that should let him deal 8 hits with each of his attacks during the active. So that's 4 base plus 4 hits on each target from the power up, which I'm not too mistaken is 2 times 8, which used to be 16. There, Angrax buffed, all is going well so far. Now I just need 2 enemies in a position where Angrax can attack them both. And with that, I think the mission is done. Now I'm gonna cut to the end of this run to A, see how I did without Abaddon, and B, see if the mission got done. So be back in a bit. And that's the run over, and that's Angrax's 4th journey mission done. All is well.
Mission 5. Deal 50,000 damage with Angrax while he's on a fire hex. This mission is a bit of a pain in the ass because it can't be quite automated. But then again, compared to yesterday's Rosvita's mission 5, it's not nearly as bad as it's reasonably doable in, let's say, Fall of Cadia 67.
The 5th Angrax's Mythic Journey mission is for him to deal 50,000 damage in any number of battles to enemies while he is standing on a fire hex. And I think that while a certified pain in the ass. This should be possible here in Fall of Cadia 67 as well. I'm just not entirely sure about the setup. So I'm gonna bring Toth, Harryman, although Taumakus would work just as well, Angrax obviously, and Rodbone for healing, and whoever to block off the southwest corner. Now I'm gonna wait for the Voxcasters to fill more of the map. And eventually, when they are going to start spawning in the southwest corner, I think I will have enough stuff here for my purposes. Okay, I think this should be enough then. So now use Toth's ranged attack to set this hex on fire. Bring Angrax here. And I think the Cadians will be spawning on this hex and they will not want to be on low ground versus Toth and this hex, so they will move away and Angrax will pimp slap them for a total of up to, let's call it 2000 HP, because 5 times 400 HP. Okay, the map may need to fill a little more, but that's okay. There, now on the next turn the fire will go away, so move Angrax back. Okay, apparently you can leave him there for 2 turns, which will be a little convenient, I guess. I never remember how exactly the fires work. Reset the fire like this, bring Angrax back, rinse and repeat until you think you've got the 50,000 damage. Okay, so that's 2k more. That's another 2k, and at this point I think you get the point, so I'm just gonna suffer through this and make a cut here to skip to the end. Okay, I completely lost track, but I think that Angrax now has had to deal enough damage, so I'm gonna clear the stage and just hope the thing is done. If not, then I will probably finish it in an arena or something, because this really isn't very fun, but it is very resource efficient, that it is. Nice, and the Screamers just don't want to let Angrax do any more work than he already has done, which is very considerate of them, I suppose. Yep, that's it. So, was it 50k? Yes, it was full 50k, so that's Angrax's Mythic journey done. Lovely. And with that I can ascend my Angrax to Mythic, just like that, which is gonna make him even more useful in all power LRT teams that allow what was it again, chaos characters in. And in a very long term he may see some more use when I eventually get him ready for my legendary Chaos Guild War team, which consists of Abaddon, Rodbone, Volk, and Angrax and Maladus. They've been doing a lot of work for me in the epic tier and are actually a rather solid offensive team. Anyway, I have taken enough of your time, so that's this video over. I hope it helped you or at least entertained you, and that you can forgive me for using a event for the 4th mission, which sucks Horace Dick. And with that, Kaurin out.